I made the reservation 3 weeks in advance. It wasn't the most expensive restaurant in the city, but it was refined, white tablecloths, soft lighting, servers who spoke in low, careful tones. My son had just turned 12 and wanted somewhere that felt grown up. I wanted him to feel important that night, like the center of the room instead of a child tagging along at adult dinners. I debated inviting my sister-in-law. She has a way of expanding into any space she enters. Celebrations tend to orbit around her eventually. Still, she's family. I told myself it would be fine. She arrived late, and she brought 3 friends. They followed her in like a small parade, heels sharp against the floor, perfume trailing behind them. No warning. No casual mention beforehand. Just a bright smile and, "I hope you don't mind." They were excited to try this place. I did mind. But I stepped aside so they could sit. My son stood politely when she hugged him. One of her friends asked him about school, then interrupted his answer to compare it to her nephew's private academy. The conversation drifted away from him within minutes. He grew quiet, folding into himself the way he does when adults talk over him. I tried to steer it back, asking him about soccer practice, about the mystery novel he'd been reading. But the energy at the table had shifted. It felt less like a birthday and more like a showcase. Then the ordering began. Before I could mention the fixed birthday menu I'd arranged, my sister-in-law waved the server over. "Let's do the caviar," she said easily. "And that 2008 vintage champagne." The server hesitated. "Those items aren't included in the—" "That's fine," she cut in. "We're celebrating." I felt something settle in my chest. Not shock, recognition. She assumed I would cover it. That because my name was on the reservation, because I rarely challenge her in public, the bill would simply stretch to include whatever she added. The champagne arrived in a silver bucket. Glasses were filled for everyone except my son and me. They raised their glasses high, laughing for a quick photo before sipping. My son leaned toward me. "Mom, what's caviar?" "Fish eggs," I whispered. He nodded, unimpressed. Dinner moved in waves of loud conversation from her end of the table. Stories about travel, about investments, about exclusive memberships. My son ate quietly. I kept asking him questions, grounding the evening where it was supposed to be. Halfway through the main course, the restaurant manager approached. He held a tablet and wore a professional, neutral expression. "I just want to clarify," he said gently. "The caviar and vintage champagne are outside the original reservation package. Would you like those added to the main bill, or should we create separate checks?" The table went still. My sister-in-law smiled at him. "Just put it on the bill." He didn't move. "Of course. I only need confirmation from the reservation holder." That was the moment. I could have nodded. It would have been easier, less awkward. Instead, I looked at my son. He was watching me, not the champagne, not the manager. "Me separate checks?" I said calmly. The reservation was for my son's birthday. The additional items should be billed to whoever ordered them. No sharpness. No apology. The manager nodded. "Certainly." He turned to the other end of the table. "I'll need a card for the premium selections." There was a pause. A small, uncomfortable shuffle of purses. My sister-in-law let out a light laugh that didn't quite land. "Oh, I didn't realize." "It's fine," I said. "I just want to keep tonight simple." The champagne lost some of its sparkle after that. Conversation softened. The tone shifted from expansive to contained. When the cake arrived, part of the original arrangement, the staff sang softly. No phones came out this time. My son closed his eyes, made his wish, and blew out the candles. In the car afterward, he unbuckled slowly. "Thanks for making it about me," he said. I didn't answer right away. I kept my eyes on the road. "I'm trying to," I said. There was no dramatic fallout. No confrontation later. Just a subtle recalibration. Invitations from my sister-in-law became more specific after that, clearer about who was included and what was expected. I didn't win anything that night. But something shifted, and my son remembers the candlelight, not the caviar.